Uh-huh.
Hey, how you doing, Jay?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, everyone else. Um, hey, Jay, I came here because I'm a Protestant. Well, I guess you could say former Protestant. But because I've been, converting to Catholicism. But I kind of wanted to ask a question about Eastern Orthodoxy.
Sure.
Because I see a lot of differences, and I want to know your thoughts on Filioque.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, So, do you? What's the Orthodox position? Do y'all deny that there's any procession of the Holy Spirit through the Son?
No. There is a procession through the Son, but it is not his existential hypostatic origin.
Okay, but if it's the case that the Holy Spirit, if it's the case that the Holy Spirit proceeds through the Son, right? Then what really is any difference between the Orthodox position of Filioque or not Filioque?
Because that's not the position that's laid out at the Council of Lyons in Florence. That position says that there's a double eternal hypostatic principle from the Father and the Son who function as a single principle of the origin of the Holy Spirit, and that's something that we could never accept because it gives to the Son the unique hypostatic property that identifies the Father.
Well, you would agree that there's going to be a distinction between being begotten and being preceded, right?
That has nothing to do with what I just said.
Well, yes, it does, because the Catholic, like you said, the Catholic position is going to be that the Father and the Son is the one principle that the Holy Spirit spirates from.
There's nothing that two persons in the Trinity share, as the Cappadocians say, that one lacks, and so you've created a dyad. So you reject.
I've created a dyad. How is that the case?
Because the Father and the Son are a unitive principle of power and causation that the Spirit does not have. So that's an imbalance. That's a dyad.
Oh, but that's what distinguishes being begotten, or the Son being begotten, and the Spirit being preceded, right? Because of the amount of people that takes that takes part, or the amount of persons that take part in preceding the Holy Spirit, right? At least in the Catholic view, right, we can make the case that the Holy Spirit truly is preceded and not just begotten, right, from the Father. The Son.
Yeah, so you're repeating Roman Catholic pop apologetics that doesn't even address like the level at which we're talking about this question. So can you repeat to me what my argument was?
Yeah. Your argument was that you pretty much just laid out our position. Then you said that, I've created a dyad because there's going to be like the two persons, the Father and the Son, being the one principle in which, right, the Holy Spirit pretty much originates from or gets essence from. Is that your position?
And why is that a problem?
Yeah, I don't see the problem. That's the thing.
Why did I say that's a problem? Why did I say that's a problem?
Well, you said it was a problem because I created a dyad, right?
And why is that? I said specifically there's a reason why.
Yeah, because the Father and the Son is the one principle.
And why is that a problem?
You tell me.
Okay. God, I mean, I'm trying really hard to be patient with you guys, but like I literally stated explicitly what the problem is, and you've come with like level 1 understanding, and you want to debate it, which is fine. I don't mind doing it, but did it ever occur to you? Did it ever occur to you to maybe read some of the arguments on this before you went to debate it?
Yeah, I know. So
But you can't restate my argument. So are you not listening to what I said, or you just didn't catch it? You want me to state it again?
Well, your position on the matter would be that the Father is the only principle, right?
And who said that? Anybody in church history?
Well, I mean, I'm asking you.
Do you know of any famous church fathers that were involved in any ecumenical councils that maybe said that?
I know church fathers that believe in Filioque.
Do you?
Yeah, Augustine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, do you accept that, or do you deny that?
No. I mean, I don't accept his teaching. No, it's wrong.
So he does. So he does accept Filioque.
Absolutely,
but he's a saint in your church.
Do you really think that these are owns that we haven't addressed these arguments probably 500 times? I mean,
yeah, no. I mean, I know the copium that you guys use. You guys say that.
So let's get into that. All right, you want to do this? Let's do it. What council confirmed the doctrine of the Trinity for the universal church?
The Council of Nicaea.
No. So you don't even know the first of this. You don't even know level 1 of this debate. It's the Second Ecumenical Council. Who are the 3 fathers that are the most important of the Second Ecumenical Council?
The second was the second. Sorry.
So you don't know anything, and you're trying to debate.
Council, are you talking about Constantinople? What does this have to do with Filioque?
Exactly. So you don't even know the Cappadocian doctrine of the Trinity that's outlined at Constantinople 1.
I don't know. I mean, is it like monarchical Trinitarian? Like
correct.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's not a Filioque doctrine. Because
how does that negate?
Tell me what the hypostatic property of the Father is.
The hypostatic property?
So you don't even know the basic Cappadocian terms. You don't even know our basic position, and you're trying to argue with me and call it. You're calling it cope.
I was about to tell you.
Tell me.
I was about to tell you. Yeah, the hypostatic property of the Father is that he's the one that. Again, he's the one principle, right?
He's the one principle. But you just said a minute ago that you agree that the Son is also a co-principle with him. So he's not the one principle. How many principles are there?
We believe there's one principle.
No, you don't. You believe there's one, and you contradict it by saying that the Father and the Son together are a principle. That's 2.
Yeah, that's one principle. It's not going to be 2 principles.
You just said the Father is a principle, and then you said the Father and the Son are a principle. That's 2. Can you count?
The Father and the what? What are you?
What?
Are you going to use this Dyer argument?
Are you this dumb? Really? You don't even know our position. You said the Father is the principle, right?
The Father and the Son are the one principle.
At first, you said the Father is the principle. I asked you his hypostatic property. You said it was to be the principle. That's his You said that. Don't lie. You said that.
Yeah, no, yeah. I understand that the Father is going to be the principle.
Then there you go. Now you contradicted because the Father and the Son together are now a principle. That's the problem. So that's 2 principles.
I never negated that the Son is a principle.
If the Father is the principle and the Son also with him is also a principle, that's 2.
No, I don't know. They're both the same principle.
Okay, now you're a modal. Now you're a modalist because now you've said the Father and the Son together are a principle. That's modalism.
How does that follow?
Because that's the argument that the Cappadocians made against the Eunomians. You're confusing hypostatic properties with common powers and energies.
Where are you getting this notion from?
Have you read Basil on the Holy Spirit? Have you read Basil against Eunomius?
Oh, Saint Basil against the whole. Saint Basil against what?
You would be. I thought you knew all this stuff. You're not familiar with those works?
Can you repeat? Can you repeat what you said?
Basil on the Holy Spirit and Basil against Eunomius. Have you read those?
Against Eunomius.
Eunomius. Don't even know the words.
Yeah. What
Eunomius.
What does Saint Basil? What does Saint Basil say against Eunomius?
Eunomius. So you're not even familiar with this. You're not familiar with any of this stuff. You're a clown. Because it shows that you're not familiar with the literature and you're trying to debate it. Why?
That's not true.
It is true. You don't know the terms. You're demonstrating your ignorance of the whole scope of this.
Oh, because I pronounced the term wrong.
No, it means that you're not familiar with the literature. You couldn't even tell me 2 of the works.
This is gonna. No.
Have you read this? Have you read this literature?
Dude, I just
have you read this literature?
The literature on Saint Basil against Eunomius.
Eunomius.
Yeah. Why does that matter? Can you show me where?
Because it shows that it shows that you're not familiar with the topic. You don't know how to pronounce the basic terms right.
No.
You're about to cry, dude. Look, it would behoove you to go and understand this stuff before you try to debate it. And you did come here to debate.
Can you please just show me where Saint Basil refutes Filioque or argues against Filioque? Go ahead.
Who's the sole cause? Who do they argue is the sole cause?
The sole cause? What do you mean by sole cause?
So you're not familiar with common terminology throughout all the Cappadocians.
No.
I'm cause.
Asking you what.
Sole cause. Father is the sole cause. The Cappadocian dictum. Shut up. Shut up. All right, you're gone.
All right, he's running.
No, you made a fool of yourself. I'm not running from you. You have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm asking what's the meaning.
I'm trying to explain it to you. You won't shut up. Shut up and I'll tell you.
That's fine.
Sole cause. Their dictum is anything that is a hypostatic property is unique to the persons and non-communicable or shareable. Anything that is not a hypostatic property is common to all 3. That's a Cappadocian dictum. That's why the Filioque is wrong according to the Cappadocians, because the Father's principle, what picks him out, his hypostatic property, is to be sole, S-O-L-E, cause, arche, fount, principle.
Yeah, that doesn't negate Filioque at all.
It does, because it means that what he has that marks him out cannot be shared. That's the Cappadocian dictum.
Well, yeah, the thing that marks him out is his relation.
No, it does not. Relation itself is a predicate, not a subject. Persons are subjects, not relations.
Yeah, but that's the thing that, how does that...
So you would know that if you've read the Cappadocian. So you have no knowledge of this topic and you're trying to debate.
I'm asking...
What does persona et relatio mean?
Oh, now he wants to speak Greek.
Persona et relatio is Latin, you idiot.
Oh.
And I don't know Latin. I don't care about Latin. But this guy just showed it. This is the arrogance of these people. No knowledge of these topics. They want to debate it. Persona et relatio is Aquinas' dictum. Person is relation. So the first person to say that, as that I'm aware of, is perhaps Augustine, but at least for sure Aquinas. I'm looking for people who disagree. Dank. It's about to get smoky up in here. The Greek dictum, persona et relatio. Oh.